Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Zoom musical this week. And I was working with Sean this morning on positioning myself. Am I in the right position for you, Sean?
Oh, you look great.
All right, and I'm going to get to use this effect just once. So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Fletcher's Zoom musical featuring Robert Roman. I got to give myself some really good things. All right. Anyway, so we're going to start off. We're going to have some fun here. It's nice to see all of you today joining us, and I know some of you have heard me in the past, so I'm going to play some of the songs that you might have seen or heard in the past, and also there's some new people that I know that may not have had a chance, so I hope you'll enjoy this concert. But without further ado, I think we should give a big, warm welcome and a round of applause to Robert Roman, everybody. Give it up, everybody. Robert Roman. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Did you know that the transposes the applause? How about that? Here we go. Let's start that again. This view. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we hope you enjoyed that first number. And Sean, you're going to have to allow people to unmute themselves from time to time.
I will do that.
Okay, because I want to hear Mary Hall applaud once in a while. That's right. So, well, good morning. Hopefully it's a good way to start your morning. I'm going to start off, play a little bit of swing music today, do some Dixieland, do some Latin, just a variety of songs. And one of the things that I love to do is play swing, and I like to improvise. And a little history, a background of myself. Some people know this, but actually I started, guitar was my very first instrument. Technically, I actually started with piano. I started at the age of 15 playing the piano. I stopped playing piano when I was 15. Yes, so let that sink in. It was a very short-lived experience. You piano players out there, you know, you either play it or you don't, no in-betweens. Then I took up the guitar, and over about 4, 5, 6 years, I got to play well enough to play out. And I remember I was in a band, and we wanted to play out so badly, but we only had about 2 sets worth of music. And so what we would do is we'd take 2 sets and spread it out amongst 4 sets. And in every set, we would throw in twice an improvisation. We would just write improv. And what that meant was we just right on the spot, somebody would start playing and doing something. And then we just follow along. Sometimes it went well, sometimes it didn't go well. But what it did is it filled in the gaps. And then we were able to stretch it out over a 4-hour period. Plus, by the time you played in the clubs and the bars, by the time you got to your 3rd set, if someone was there 2 hours ago, they were kind of had a few to drink, so they might have not remembered some of the songs you played the first time. And our improvs got a little bit better. But it also made me a little bit better as a musician. And so I always love to play, and you'll notice a lot of the Fletcher talent does this from time to time. I'll look in this camera now. They'll start off with a simple song, and they'll typically use a song that has very simple chords in it, not too many. And then they'll go off and do a little solo, and they'll switch it up. And the reason why we do that is we can take a song and stretch it out than the norm. So I'm going to start off with a little swing here. I'm going to have a probably, let's see here, probably a nice little, what do they call this? A plunger trumpet. And then we'll see where it goes from there. So we'll do a little improvisation. I'll start off with a, anybody know the name of that song? I've always played it, but I don't know the name of the song. You see it in the chat there? Anybody know that?
Night Train.
Night Train, that's it. You're correct. So here we go, folks.
Very good.
Nice.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I forgot to go back.
Hey, man.
Robert. Hello, Robert.
It's always fun to.
Hey.
Robert, you're muted there.
That's okay. I know how to unmute myself. Thank you. It's always a fun little thing to do because every time I play that, I don't know what direction it's going to go. That's the beauty of improvisation. And someday we'll teach a class on that. There's actually some very simple things that people can do. And you'd be surprised. It's not as hard as you think once you learn a little bit once in a while. Anyway, I'm going to keep moving on here.
It looks like you're still in mine.
Uh-oh, yeah, we could hear you all. Don't say anything bad. All right. Well, I'm going to move on to a beautiful song here that you may or may not know. Hopefully you know it. It's a beautiful song. It's called Through the Eyes of Love, theme from Ice Castles. And it's a great movie, too. You ever watch it? It's about an accomplished ice skater who, through an accident, loses her vision. And the movie is about her working her way through and trying to be able to do what she loves to do, even though she's lost her eyesight. And so I've loaded some setups here. These setups, and by the way, when you see me play this, these setups I play the song a lot in concert, and unless someone gets a close-up, they really don't realize how easy this song is. So I'm going to, actually, let me switch cameras here. So when you see this, you're going to find that I'm not doing anything really fancy except for when I learned the song, I did it in easy play, and I've got some beautiful wind chimes in the bottom here. The style I'm using, by the way, for this song is a style called soliloquy, which many of you have on an instrument. And the category presets that I use actually came originally from the Prestige. It's a category that not many people use called sound effects. So two of the sounds in here, the main sounds, actually came from those category presets. A lot of people think the sound effects category presets is just for those, funny sounds, which they are. They have some fun ones. But this one here, I found two presets in particular that I fell in love with, and I use it for the basis of the song. So hope you enjoy. Here we go. Boy, thank you very much. Oh, and the crowd applause, big round of applause. Boy, the crowd goes wild. We hope you enjoyed that there. Theme from My Sky, such a beautiful song. Now, I don't know if you caught it in those setups at the very end. I programmed a timpani at the bottom here so I can do that instead of actually using my feet. So anyway, we're hoping you're enjoying the music so far. But I think it'd be kind of fun to do something a little upbeat here. And I always love to do a little like I said, I improvise a lot. And so I think it's time I kind of do something a little upbeat and do some kind of Dixieland. And the beauty of this is that you never know which way it's going to go when I do it. So let me pull up my settings here. We're going to feature a little bit of Pete Fountain on the clarinet here. Let's see, kind of sounds like this. And then we have his brother Water on the trumpet. Yes, so we have Pete Fountain and his brother Water and his cousins Drinking and Soda on the brass section. So we have Drinking Soda Water and Pete Fountain, the whole Fountain family. Some of you look confused. Pete Fountain, Water, Drinking, and Soda. The whole fountain. You got it? Okay.
Got it.
This is why I play music, folks. All right. But I have my backup crowd. And I'm going to start off now. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Victor, Victor, one of my staff members here, actually, I got to get doing one of these. He's one of those that you can play a song and then 5 minutes later, he's playing the exact same thing magically. Go figure, right? One of those kind of talents. Me, I have to work at it. But I'm going to, now, can you see the screen over here? You can kind of see that? All right. So, see that camera right there? Yeah, go ahead and put that down over there. See that little thing right? No, don't move anything, just this. This. So you can see as you tilt it down. Yeah, see on the screen there? So part of the song here, I'm gonna do some pedal work there, and I'm gonna see if you can kind of see it. I don't know, maybe we have to move the camera just a little bit this way. We rehearsed this for hours this morning, folks. Hours and hours. Actually, we didn't. We're rehearsing as we go. So we'll do a little bit of that. You can put the camera back up to the keyboard. When it's time, you can maybe just, some people say, how come we never show your feet? Well, it's kind of hard because I got to do this and that and all of that stuff. But we'll try it for one song here just to see what happens. But the pedals are pretty important because that's how I do the bass line. And you're going to see a nice little, and you have to make the face the bass players do. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. You ever see the bass players play when they do that? I used to think that you had to do that face. Actually, at one time, I thought they were all constipated bass players. Oh, wait. No, they're not constipated. Anyway, so we'll do a little fun with the bass. Your job is to just go back and forth from time to time, and you could see it there. It's a tough job. Don't ruin this. Don't mess this up. This is being recorded. No pressure, Victor. There's an actual person there named Victor, by the way. Come around and say hi. Oh, you got to get down the camera there. Hey, you're too close. Get 6 feet away. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go, folks.
Hello.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Robert.
Oh,
Oh, wait,
Excelente.
Robert.
thank you so much.
That was great, Robert.
Hello.
We hope you
Audio
enjoyed.
is
And
terrible.
Unmute yourself, Robert.
it pooped me out a little bit. I know you're not going to feel sorry for me, but I am going to be 48, 49. What the hell am I going to be? 40. I'm going to be 49, I think, in November. So that's getting a little harder to do. Marshall, is that you down there shaking your head no, like you're doing one of those? Quit your whining. Is that what you're thinking? Well, thank you so much. Now, the trick is, how do I go faster? Because the next song is even faster. I'm just kidding. Actually, I feature this a few times in some of the classes, but I'm going to do it officially and play one of my other favorite ballads here. And it's called Somewhere Out There. And I'm going to use a style. I'm playing the Liberty here, so I get to use some of the new styles while I have this magnificent instrument here. And I just got to see where I put my presets. Oh, there we go. So we're going to have some fun with this. And see where this goes. Now, Sean may spotlight you. I need some help here. I'm going to put it on my gallery view just to see everybody. So in the beginning of this, let's see here. I'm going to do something like this. Okay. And then when I play the flute, let me switch the camera mode. Okay, so when I play the flute, you have to do this when I play, and I'll give you the cue. You'll see the hand, so it'll go something like this. So when I do that, you have to do that too. Okay? And I'll go like this or something like that. You'll see my hand going in the air. That's pointing at you. That means you have to do this. You got to wiggle your fingers. So let's practice. Ready? Okay. So I'm going to turn my spotlight off just for a minute. Cancel my spotlight, Sean. I got my gallery. I'm recording this. I'm watching some of you. I see Cecilia, Mary, Sharon, Winnie, Peggy's iPad.
Oops, sorry,
Sean.
I muted you.
He keeps muting me. That's one way to shut up your boss, right? So I see
Stop
Winnie,
talking.
and Peggy, and Marshall, and Carol, Ron, John. There's a bunch of you more, but in that view. So I need you all to do this. Okay, that's your only time rehearsal. Here we go. It's only a few times in the beginning.
Yay!
Yay!
Yippee, yippee.
Very good.
Thank you, thank you,
Great
thank you.
job.
Nice, Robert.
I don't know why
Rob.
I don't know why I keep turning on the frying the bacon button. Always sound the pause sounds like fried bacon. Now we're gonna have a little fun here. This is gonna be a little tricky. Do that. We got some echoers there, but this is gonna be a trick, Sean. We need to find somebody, a volunteer, and I need someone that can give me a spooky laugh like this. Or something like that. Any volunteers? I'm scrolling through. We got some head nose.
Well, I done hit unmute.
Okay, and there should be one.
Someone wants to unmute. Okay. Let's see here. Who wants to be the spooky laugher? We need a brave volunteer. Is that you, Wayne? No, you don't. Oh, you got your. I can't play this next song without a volunteer. I need a brave volunteer. You need to be able to go. Is that you, Joni? No. Okay.
Celia raised her digital hand.
Cecilia, are you going to do the spooky laugh? Rita? Who is it?
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to do
I'll
a spooky
try it.
laugh? Okay. Rita, are you
But
also
when you
down
give
for
a-
this too? Oh, yeah. Well, I'll give you the cue. Rita, did you also want to do a spooky laugh or you just have your hand up?
And I have a question.
Okay. Yes, we got two spooky. All right. We'll try it once with Cecilia and then we'll try it with Rita. Okay. Now here's how it goes, guys. Oh, someone's echoing. Who's echoing? Is that you, Rita? Let's see. Okay. That might make it even funnier. Oh, that's you, Cecilia. You're echoing over there. But that's okay. We'll start with you. You have a question? I have
Yeah,
about 20 songs.
I have a
about 20
comment real
songs.
quick.
I have 20 songs to play in
Robert.
20 minutes, so I got to make it fast.
Robert, real
Yes.
quick. It's important. You're coming out really in the Zoom. The hands are not showing you move right. It stops and goes as
Well,
well as the music.
We can't
It's-
fix that yet, so we'll just have to pretend you're
So-
watching. Use your
Okay.
imagination is all we can say. By the
I
way,
know
we
you
are
play
working.
beautifully. I know
we
you
are
play
working on-
beautiful, but it's not giving you
That's
what
okay.
you're
We
supposed
are
to.
working. Yeah, we are working on our internet speed connections in our
Okay.
stores, so that's going to happen. Right now, we just have very slow. So you're just going to
Okay.
have to enjoy the music and
Oh, we are.
pretend that my hands are going faster than I'm actually doing it. Now, here's how this is going to go. I'm going to play a song here called Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, I love
All right.
how you keep playing.
And in the beginning of the song, I always like, so the thing is I think the song is supposed to be a love song actually, but I turned it into a spooky romantic song. So I'm going to do a part, I'm going to go like this. Okay. Cecilia, pay very close attention. If you goof this up,
Uh-oh.
we're going to mute you. No. All right. So
Uh-oh.
it's going to go like this. I'm going to go like this. And then you have to go, when I point, you have to go, that was your cue.
Okay.
All right, we'll try it one time. Here we go.
Oh.
Oh, that was good. You even put the facial expression in it too. That's kind of how you have to do it. You can't just go, think about it, folks. You can't just make a spooky laugh and have a straight, you can't go, you have to like, right? So we'll try it one time. And Rita, we don't want her to feel left out. So we'll do it once with you, Cecilia, and then we'll do it with Rita. Okay, here we go. Let's see. We'll have a competition. Who's the spookiest? Oh, wait, before we do that, Rita?
Yes.
Okay, let's do one quick rehearsal for you. We gave her ears. So it's going to go like this. Oh boy, it's even spookier watching Norm in the background. All right, so here we go. Let me switch my camera view to the camera, shift in. Ooh, doing some weird things with my hands. Okay, here we go. We'll start off with Cecilia first. Go ahead and mute Rita for a moment. We'll give her chance. All right, we'll start off with Cecilia. Here we go. One more time, Cecilia. Here we go. Wait. You know, Cecilia, you really ought to see a doctor about that. Okay. All right. Now, we do have your permission to post this on YouTube, right? Yes? Okay, thank you. All right, Rita, here goes. Here's your turn. That was pretty good. You have to do a little bit better, though. Here we go. One more time. Oh,
That was really
think
good.
I need to see some virtual hand applause. Give them a round of applause. Here's my applause. Now, I'm playing the song in the key of E flat, so listen to my applause in E flat. Jerome is over here. You know Jerome. He's saying, God, she's acting like a bigger ham than me right now. Okay. He's trying to laugh from a distance. They can't hear you. Here we go, folks.
Yay!
Hey, job.
Get that speed fix.
Well, we have some super high effects here.
Okay, I hit it on mute.
Let me see if
Super
I can pull the
duper,
live so
super
that
duper,
they can hear.
super duper high performance effects here. We have a light switch on the wall that did all of that. Wasn't that exciting? Well, I have a couple numbers to play for you still yet, but I hope you're enjoying. I'm just going to scroll through the gallery view, and just a show of hands or applause or thumbs up. We're doing okay out there? Fred, Peggy, let me scan through. Michelle, Jeannie, let me see some thumbs up. Marius, Jerry, all right. Good, good. Love to see it. Hope you're enjoying. I'm going to go a little bit longer than our typical because I've got 2 songs left on my list, and I feel like if I skip one, then it's incomplete. So I think what I'll do is start off with a number here that I really love. It's called, and you've heard me do it, it's called Besame Mucho. And I'm going to use my presets for this. Some of you have these setups. And again, this is all just built in. But I remember when I put these presets together, I took a journey down to Costa Rica. So it's probably about 15 years ago or so. And the resort that I stayed at had a different theme night. So they had a Caribbean night, they had a Mexican night, Italian night, and each night their music was appropriate. The food went accordingly. And I heard these guitar players and the singer playing the song different the way I used to at the time. And then I thought I need to try to get that same effect that I heard in Costa Rica. So in the beginning of this, you're going to hear the guitar and just the tempo that I heard the song when I was down in Costa Rica. But anyway, this is one of my favorite Latin pieces to play. And by the way, the effects that I'm using here is a feature that we'll teach in one of the classes. It's called the delay. So you hear that guitar sound, and I have a lot of delay on it. So as I'm playing, if I don't play the notes exactly and I play a little choppy once in a while, it gives it the effect that I'm doing more than what I'm actually doing. So switch to camera view here. Let's see. Is that a little bit better? All right. And so when you hear that, you're going to actually it's going to sound a lot more than what I'm actually doing. But here we go. Thank you.
Yay!
Oh, yes. Big round of applause.
Well done, Robert.
Beautiful, beautiful job.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Robert.
We hope, well, I don't know about the video, but
Bravo.
we hope the music sounds all right.
Very good.
I do have one little
Oh.
finale to play for you. It's something that I typically do a lot at concerts, so I am going to do that. But a couple quick announcements for you. And first of all, next week, thank you so much again for coming out today. It's great to see all of you. But next week, we're going to have Rick Anderson performing in our Zoom musical. And people, is there Rick Anderson right there? Say hi to Rick, everybody. And what you guys, Arizona that met Rick, many people know Rick out here, so they know how good he is. But in Florida, you have not, I don't believe any of you had a chance to hear Rick. And let me tell you something. You are in for a treat. If you miss out on next week's Zoom musical, you're missing out because Rick Anderson is one of the most gifted musicians. His hands do things that just doesn't look possible. And I always say, it's a test when someone plays the song Tico Tico, because I've heard a lot of musicians play that song, and a lot of them try to go faster and faster, faster. And the faster they play it, they turn on strings and stuff because they can't keep up, but it fools the ear. Rick plays that song with a guitar sound. In part of the song, he uses a guitar, and he plays note for note, and you see every. In fact, we're going to have some problems with the video keeping up with the fingers. So if we're having issues with the video feed today, wait till you hear him. So he's raring to go. So you have to play that song, Rick, amongst all the other. And he's got a whole different variety of songs that you're going to hear that most of the time you don't get to hear on the Zoom musicals with the different artists. So that's in for next week. And the following week, we're going to have, it's on the 17th, on the 24th, we're going to actually have a Joni Manero, who's going to be doing the Zoom musical. And in Florida, some of you know Joni Manero. And is Joni still on, or is she working? She got off? We were going to spotlight her. The trick is, there's Jason. Jason is, nope, that's Joni Manero, folks. She cut her hair, and
Joni's working on a help session.
Okay, well, she had to go. So Jason, you have to help her because when they do when she plays, people are amazed by her, the shoes she wears, her heels, playing with heels.
She can play faster, pedals faster than the speed limit on the interstate, Robert.
Oh my goodness, that's pretty fast. So that's next week, or the following week, sorry. So we'll have that. So we have some really fun things, and we got a lot of great things in store for you. The other thing I want to share with you is I figured I'd take this opportunity before I play my last number here and at least share an opportunity. You know, it's no secret that the pandemic is not going away and has affected our lives in ways that we can imagine. And it's changed. You know, if someone asked me a year ago if this is how we were going to do things, I'd say, yeah, you know, someday we ought to do that. While it'll be something that we're doing online and would have but I have to tell you, I would never dream we would have done this. The only positive is that I can see is that we have technology today to do it. And oh wait, before I go on, there's Joni. Wave, Joni. Joni, do you have a heel pair of shoes you're going to wear for next week? Are you wearing the heels today? No. You got your own heels you're going to wear next week? Or I got to
Yes.
Okay. She's got special heels, so we can't give it 2 weeks from now. Sorry, 2 weeks.
Unless I borrow yours.
No, my red Marilyn Monroe ones are in archives. So sorry about that. Anyway, so what I was saying was, you know, it's no secret that, you know, the pandemic has affected us. It changed our ways. And thank goodness we have technology, because 10 years ago, I don't think we'd be able to pull these things off. And it warms my heart I get, because I send most of the emails out for the classes and things like that. I'm spoiled because I get a lot of the replies from people, and every week I get a dozen replies or more of saying thank you, and this is so great, and thank you for doing this in our homes, during these times, and thank you, and it's just amazing, and I don't take that for granted. And our promise to you is that we are going to do everything humanly possible to continue bringing music in your home, and continue doing the online classes. And when we get to the point when, I'm going to say when and be optimistic, when we get to the point we're doing them in the store, we're going to continue doing both. Our goal is to make sure that everyone is has the ability to receive the education and the music, whether it's in store or online or both. And that's our promise to you, is that we're going to do everything possible. Where you can help is by supporting your Fletcher Music Club in any way possible. Sometimes that means telling a friend and saying, listen, they have beginners models that are very affordable, and you get lessons for life. And we're working on avenues of teaching people how to use those instruments in their home, even if they're a brand new beginner. The other thing that I always encourage, and you've heard me say this a few times, but I always encourage having an open mind to any opportunities that we present when we present those, because that's how we fund our music club. We try not to get into the habit of, I got a Netflix account, and I got a Disney account, and I got this, I got all these little memberships that add up. And we want to stay away from that if we can. And we think the best way is we have people that make their purchases of the instrument and they get their instruments for life. But what I'm saying about keeping an open mind is that today, as soon as the concert's over, you'll be receiving an email from me. Sean, I don't know if you have a copy of that email, but it's going to talk about an opportunity of a lifetime. If you can search for that and pull that up and screen share that, it's going to look something like this. Okay, I'm glad it's not the one with me in my Speedo. He was going to play a trick on me, but we have, it's going to look like this. The email says, where learning from your home is fun and easy, now makes buying from your home fun and easy too. And support your Fletcher Music Club activities and save. And you'll see there, it says 10 lucky customers. Now, this isn't a nationwide sale for 300-400 people. This is for 10 lucky customers only. Will have the opportunity to save over 30% on their next purchase. And it says there, instead of saving a lot of people a little, we're saving 10 people a lot. And what that means is we've chosen 10 models. And if you scroll down just a little bit, there's 4 of the 10 as an example. And what we did is we took our major July sale that we were planning on doing throughout the month, and we, instead of putting the savings on over 400 units, we decided to put our savings on 10 units only. And what that means is, now, they're not 10 of the same organ. There's one Easy 10, there's one Legend, there's one Easy 4, there's one Prestige, there's one Holiday Classic, there's one of each of these 10 models. And it says there, if you want to learn more about the instruments or what have you, what you can do is click here for the locations. What happens when you click there, Sean? Does it do anything? Oh, and it gives you the list of the stores, and you can call your local store. And here's what we're going to do. Starting next week, I am personally giving a virtual tour on those 10 models, one a day, unless it gets sold. And if you'd like to sit in on one of those, I'd love to have you my guest. The worst case scenario, what'll happen is you'll get to hear a great demonstration by me and some great music. And the staff will be contacting you to let you know about that. And we're going to start that starting Monday. And if anybody is interested, you can call your local store. So again, we want to keep this alive, and we want to keep this moving, and that's our promise to you. So with that said, I'm going to finish up with my last number here for you, and a little patriotic medley. I kind of started with a patriotic medley, but I'm going to end with one. And I want to thank you so much, and I'll come back for my farewell goodbye in just a moment. So thank you so much, and here we go.
job. Wonderful, wonderful.
Oh,
Hey, Robert.
very much, everybody.
Wow.
Very much.
Loved it.
You.
Appreciate it.
Hope you enjoyed this
Wonderful.
Zoom musical. And I thank you for all getting on and joining us. And we hope you wish you well. And spread the word. Keep coming to the classes. Enjoy. We'll see you next week. And thank you again so much. Bye-bye now.
See you later. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Loved it.
Yo.
Very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, thank
Come on. Thanks.
Love you. Okay.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you, everyone.
UPSstore.com. United States of America. Always been a space for difficult conversation.